Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back, and moving on to some more examples dealing with simplifying exponential expressions. So number one, we got 12x to the negative 2 times y all over x to the negative 1, y to the 2 to the power of 3. So first thing I'm going to do here is actually deal with this negative 2. I'm going to bring all of this down. So we're going to have a y left up top, and then we're going to have a 12x to the power of positive 2. And then here, for this one, I'm going to distribute this 3 to these two terms. So we'll have x to the negative 1 to the power of 3, and then we'll have y to the 2 to the power of 3, like that. And then from here, we'll have y over, now same thing, I'm going to distribute this 2 to these two terms. So 12 to the power of 2, x to the power of 2. This here ends up being x to the negative 3. This would be y to the 6. We would multiply those exponents right there. And then from here, we'll have y over 144 x to the 2. Actually, this x to the negative 3 I'm going to bring up. So that will be positive 3. And then we'll have y to the 6. And so from here, what this is going to simplify to, notice x to the 3 over x to the 2, there's 3 x's up top, 2 x's at the bottom, meaning there's going to be 1 x left at the top. There's 1 y at the top. There's 6 y's at the bottom. So 1 minus 6 is negative 5. Y to the negative 5 means that we have a y to the positive 5 at the bottom. And then the 144, that doesn't simplify with anything because there's like a 1 here. So it's 1 over 144. And so x over 144 y to the 5, that ends up being the final answer for number 1. Now moving on to number 2, we got x to the negative 4, x, y to the negative 1, all to the power 2, y to the 3, all over x to the negative 5, y to the 2, all to the power of 2, x to the negative 3, y to the 2. So a lot more variables in this one, so I'm going to keep everything but the brackets. So the brackets, there's like a 1 here. So we got x to the 1 to the power of 2, and then we got y to the negative 1 to the power of 2, then we got y to the 3, like that. I'm going to distribute that 2 to these two terms. Same thing here, I'm going to take this 2, distribute it to the x to the negative 5, that's going to be to the 2. Then we're going to have y to the 2 to the 2, x to the negative 3, and then y to the 2. So I kind of want to get every variable just by itself. So here we'll have x to the negative 4, I'll keep that. This will be x to the 2, this would be y to the negative 2, this would be y to the 3, all over x to the negative 10, y to the 4, x to the negative 3, and then y to the 2, like that. And so from here, you could simplify, like you can add these exponents here, you could add these exponents. What I'm first going to do, there's different ways to go about it, is I'm actually going to take all the negative exponents, change them to positive. So this x to the negative 10 I'm going to bring up, that would be x to the positive 10. So took care of that. X to the 2 stays. The y to the 3 is going to stay. These two are going to come down, so this would be x to the 4, y to the 2, right? The y to the 4 stays. X to the negative 3 I'm going to bring up, that will be x to the power of positive 3, and then y to the 2 stays at the bottom. Right, so we took care of all the expressions. Basically, any negative exponents I switch to be positive exponents. Then from here, what can happen is we can simplify. So here we have x, 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 so we can add those. 10 plus 2 plus 3 gives us 15, so we'd have x to the 15, y to the 3, all over just x to the 4 over here, and then 2 plus 4 plus 2 gives us 8, like that. And then the x's, those would simplify to 11, right? 15 minus 4 is 11, and then 3 minus 8 is negative 5, or there are 5 8s, or 5 y's left at the bottom, like that. So x to the 11 over y to the power of positive 5 is the final answer.